G'day everyone, Dan here and welcome to North Queensland Barbecue and Brewing. Tonight I have made a reverse seared ribeye. This thing was 1.5 pounds or 680 grams, so it's a fairly decent chunk of meat. So to see how I've cooked this and get that really nice pink centre like that, medium, keep watching. So this is a 680 gram ribeye that I picked up. It's on the bone and I've picked it up this afternoon. So preparing this is really simple. Basically take it out of the packet to start with. So that's what we're looking at there. That's my head next to it. Covers my face. So it's a fairly decent sized steak. So I've just taken this out of the fridge. What I'll do is I'll just add salt and pepper to all the edges. And then I'm going to let it come to sort of a reasonable room temperature or to the air temperature. So a trick to getting salt on the edge, on the ends here, where you can't hold it up, is put some on the board and just roll over like that. And that way it'll get on there fairly well anyway. So I've salted that back up. I'll get pepper on this as well. The good thing about salting it for probably about 45 minutes before I throw it in the offset is it allows that salt to penetrate the meat. Now this thing here, looking at that at a guess, is probably 60 to 65 millimeters thick, or nearly 2 inches. So it's a fairly substantial size steak. So we're going to get a fair bit of salt, leach into the edges and through the edges, but it's not going to permeate the meat fully. So we can always add salt later when we're eating, but this will just give it a good chance for that salt to absorb. I'll add some pepper to that, but we'll come back when we're ready to throw this in the smoker. So I'm pretty happy with the temperature of this smoker here. It's sitting at just on 150 degrees, so that's pretty good for where I want it to sit. It'll be a lot cooler down here where I'm going to put the steak, so this can now go in. And that being the bone, I'll put that so that it takes the brunt of any heat coming this way, and it'll just cook slowly. Now what I'll do is I'll do that to an internal temperature in the centre, because it is thick, of about 49, 50 degrees, and I'll take it off to rest it for 30 minutes. Alright, so I'm sitting at an internal temperature of, I think it was about 52 and a half degrees there now. So what I'll do is I'll take that off. I'm going to wrap it in alfoil. Now, I'm in a bit of a rush tonight, so I'm going to leave it for about 15 minutes. I usually leave it for 25, 30 minutes even, but need to get dinner cooked. But I wrap that up and just let that rest. Let those juices reabsorb back into the meat, redistribute before I put it onto the charcoal. This is what I do. It's not necessarily the only way of doing it, or even right. I don't know. I don't remember where I found out this method. Watched a YouTube video ages ago, and this is how they did it, and I've done it ever since for probably 3-4 years, and it works. That's why I do it. So I rest this now for about usually up to half an hour, but I'm going to give it about 15 tonight, and then I'm going to get it onto my lump charcoal and make sure that lump charcoal and that grill plate's really hot to go. I'm using a grill plate to cook this over when I'm finished, and I'll got the lump charcoal on now. So we'll come back when we're ready to sear this off. Alright, so it's time to sear this bad boy off. So the trick is with this size of ribeye steak is treat it like you do your wife, yeah? Nice and gentle for the first hour, and then turn the heat right up in that last 5 minutes or so. So this is going to go on here for 2 minutes, minute and a half, 2 minutes aside. I've let it rest, so I'm not going to overcook this now. It was 52, and I'm still aiming for 55 degrees in the centre, that's Celsius. So I'm going to sear this off and rotate it, get those nice checker marks on, and we'll come back when this is finished, okay? And we'll have a look at it. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I've had it on for about 4 minutes, 5 minutes now, and I've rotated it 2 times a side and just crisscrossed it so it gets that nice checker pattern. But a bit of flame coming up, so I might not get that, but that's okay. Take that off. And now I'm going to rest that for another probably 5 minutes before I cut that open and get into it. So, oh yeah, geez, that looks nice. Just to give you an idea of what this looks like. Okay, so have a look at this baby. That's come out pretty good, but I'm not going to know until I cut into it. So, going to cut into that right now. We're going to see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, so I'll take this bone off. It's had about 5 minutes resting. Oh, good. And I'll just slice that. Where's the grain running? Running that way. This fat here, I'll get rid of that. That's that edge of the ribeye. That's fine. Oh, nice. Yeah, okay. You can see that there. Really nice and pink. I am going to try a bit of this edge here and tell you what it's like. So this is a touch of that edge of that ribeye. One of my favourite cuts of meat. Hands down the best piece of beef you'll ever eat. So okay guys, that's how I reverse sear a steak. Especially a big ribeye like that. You know, it took about 80-90 minutes in the offset smoker. Nice and low and slow. And then just, yeah, sear it off for 2-3 minutes aside, get that nice crust on it. But yeah, absolutely wonderful way to do a piece of beef like that. And that'll feed both me and Louise and Eric. I've done a cabana as well, so. Till next time guys, take care.